welcome to Forward, a podcast all about finding small steps we can take in order to move in the direction of our dreams. I am your host, Lydia Morales. So whether you're running, stumbling, or crawling forward, I am here for you. We're going to figure it out together and do amazing things. Hello and welcome to Forward. Today's episode is all about decluttering and having a more minimalistic lifestyle. And if you're wondering what a minimalistic lifestyle is, it's honestly just about living simply and freeing yourself of all the clutter. It's about having less attachment to unimportant things and really valuing the things that you do own because they either bring you joy or are very useful in your life. Now, when I was a lot younger, I used to believe that the more material possessions I owned, the more items filled my room and my space, I thought that the more I was worth. So I associated having junk and clutter as it meaning that I was worth more because I had all this stuff in my room, right? Well, I've really shifted from that perspective as I grew up. I make it a goal now that the things I own are there because that they truly make me happy or that they serve a purpose. Now, I'm not asking you to turn into Marie Kondo or join the minimalist movement, not unless you want to, of course, but really look at your surroundings and let go of everything that no longer serves you. You know, how much stuff is cluttering your home right now, your bedroom, your kitchen, not to mention the garage, which probably has things you haven't even seen in years. So I think it's so important to declutter and just surround yourself with things that actually do bring you joy and add value to your life. So I'd like to ask you to really ask yourself the following two questions. Does what you own truly add value and meaning to your life? Or is it simply unnecessary junk that you refuse to let go of? Once I asked myself those questions, I realized that I was surrounded by junk. My space was just filled with things that didn't serve me, things that I didn't need, things that just took up space, and things that just made my room look so cluttered and unorganized. So I decided that I really didn't want to live that way anymore. I didn't like how my home looked. I didn't like that I was surrounded by things that were completely useless and things that didn't bring me joy. Just the most random things were in my room. So I began to declutter just everything and anything that I didn't need. And it's pretty funny because my family would make fun of me saying that to this day, they say that I either donate or throw away everything. And it's only because they've seen me declutter like my life depended on it. And I acted like it did. But afterwards, it was pretty cool what happened because I noticed that when I would come home and I didn't see the clutter, and when I'd walk into my room and there was no junk or really just clutter everywhere, it really gave me just a sense of peace, like peace of mind that there was open space, peace of mind that there wasn't just a mess everywhere. So I really try to keep things that way now, and I avoid bringing things into my home that are things I don't need or that I know that they won't bring me joy. And luckily, I've gotten pretty good at not purchasing random stuff just to bring into my home. TJ Maxx and Marshalls used to be my weakness. I'd go in for one thing and come out with like 20 things to clutter my home with. But luckily, I don't do that anymore. And I try really hard now to make sure that I do avoid bringing unnecessary things. I've gotten loved ones that try to buy me random gifts, and I'll politely say no if I know that it's something that I won't use or something that won't add joy into my life. And again, with everything, you have to make sure that it works for you. So if you love buying shoes, like, I'm not asking you to stop buying your shoes. It's more about really decluttering the things that you don't care for, unnecessary things that you have no attachment to. An example for myself is I am a total sucker for gifts that have blue whales in them. I just find it so adorable, and I absolutely adore blue whales. So I'm not gonna say no to something that has blue whales on it, but I'm not gonna say yes to other things. Like, I don't need another handbag, I don't need more shoes, I don't need more candles in my room. So really make sure that you know yourself and you know what things bring happiness into your life. And it turns out that there's actually a lot of benefits from living a more minimalistic lifestyle. You know, you not only spend less money, but you have a happier mindset. You start deciding that you want quality over quantity. And it really helps with stopping the comparisons, because you're not competing with your neighbor or trying to keep up with the Jonases, how they say. So really, it does give you peace of mind. And, you know, the mind doesn't like clutter. So definitely try to declutter something today. And you can start small. Start with one thing that you really don't need that you can donate. Or if it's just junk and not good enough to be donated, just throw it away. Because do you really need so many things in the home? Really ask yourself that and see what you can get rid of to bring you more peace of mind when you get home. Because how nice is it to get home and realize that you're not surrounded by junk, that there's actually open spaces. I think it's one of the best things for me to get home and to realize that things are not cluttered. So if you really want to start decluttering, but you're not sure how to start or even where to start, here are a few easy tips for you. Pick one drawer and clean that drawer, just that one drawer. And once you're done with that one, then do the next one a different day. Just start small. There was a strategy that the minimalists use, which is at the start of the month, you go by the days. So the first of the month, you get rid of one thing that you don't need or use. The second of the month, you get rid of two things, and so forth until you're at the end of the month where you get rid of 30 things that you no longer need. So that's a really easy strategy because you only have to get rid of a few things every single day. Now, another strategy is just, why don't you start by clearing off all the flat surfaces and then just make sure that they stay clean. For example, the countertops, the nightstand, the tabletops, your desk, things like that. Every little bit helps. And again, you don't have to dive in and do everything in one day. Just do it slowly and you'll realize that you might start really liking the fact that there's less junk in your home. Another tip is definitely ask yourself what items you actually use. I mean, do you really need 20 kitchen ladles and 100 coffee mugs? Probably not, unless you're collecting this stuff. So look at all the rooms and really be honest as to what you need. And if you don't need that many things, you can always donate them for people that do need them. Or what about that junk drawer we all have that has like 20 different sets of cables that nobody knows where they go to? And just get rid of them and see which ones actually you do use. And I want you to know that this doesn't have to be a painful process. Do not get rid of things that you love, things that you collect, things that you treasure. It's only things that really no longer serve you and that are just taking up space. So have fun with this, blast some music, and go at your own pace. Some people have less clutter than others. Some people have much bigger families that have even more clutter. So take your time, but just start with one thing. Even if you only do one thing a day, it's really going to have an impact and you're really going to be happy when you're finally done and you've let go of all that unnecessary junk that really doesn't serve you or your life anymore. And as always, thank you so much for listening. I hope that you found value in this episode. And we are in a new month now. It is now August. So if you need any help with planning out your month in order to reach your goals, make sure you download my free Move Forward, the ultimate 30-day planner, so you can achieve something amazing this month. I'll go ahead and add the link to the show notes. All you need to do is subscribe to the newsletter. I promise I won't spam you, and you'll be able to download it instantly. And in the newsletter, I also send weekly updates as to when the podcast comes out, and I really share behind the scenes and just life updates. So make sure you go and subscribe to that newsletter. Thank you so much and have a lovely day.